So hi, good. Hi, I'm Farmer Samson of Wallet in the Soilless Farm Lab. So I will be sharing my thoughts around what it takes to train young people around technology and all of that when it comes to agriculture. This I have done now successfully for about 4 years straight, about 4 years now successfully, and I've had the privilege of training well over 10,000 young people aged between 18 and 29. At the moment for this year, we've already crossed over 3,000 young people undergoing training, structured training, and I would say these are my own thoughts on what it would take to actually train young people. Number one is there is a need to understand where they are. So because you see, many a time, as the person trying to do the training and all of that, there is the temptation to get lost in the good we want to do. There is the temptation to get lost in the good we are bringing on board, such that I am just looking at, oh, I am going to be training these people on this technology, I'm going to be training them on this, on that, on that. They should feel privileged about what I am bringing on board. They should give their all, give their everything, and key into this hook, line, and sinker and all of that. Why on one part this may be true, the reality is we need to understand where these people are in their journey. So in a class where you have an 18-year-old and a 29-year-old, their perspective of the reality or where they are part-time is different. So their dedication to what you are providing will be different. The way the 25-year-old would be recipients to the knowledge you are providing will not be the same way the 18-year-old would receive it. That is number one. Two, their background. So it's not just a question of age. So you realize that somebody who is already the breadwinner at 18 will take that training differently from somebody who is not even a breadwinner at 25. So their reception and their attitude would differ. So you also need to understand, do they already have burdens or responsibilities they are bearing? Why are they coming for the training? Is the training a stopgap, meaning while I am waiting for this, let me just do this for the now? So is it a stopgap? Option one. If it is not a stopgap, is this a what's the word I'm looking for? Is this an escape? Is the training an escape? So you have some people who, where they are not comfortable. Either the accommodation, mental health, depression, or something. And for them, this is an escape. They just want to know they are going somewhere to escape this reality they are not okay with. So when they come for your training, you think, oh, there is more I can provide. But the reality is the escape that you are providing, it's already more than enough. It's already more than enough. But you do not get that. So you need to understand that. Number two, again, now you notice that everything I have talked about so far centers around the trainees, centers around the people you are trying to help. Because yes, you are the one providing the knowledge, but you need to understand where they are. Next is, as much as the knowledge is important, because this is not a formal sector training, meaning this is not like a university or stuff, this is just an informal training. It's important you make them see how they make money out of this. How can they commercialize the knowledge you are giving to them? How can they commercialize the knowledge? Because you see, one of the mistakes I have seen a lot of people make is we are too, what's the word now? We have this great affinity for the knowledge that we are sharing, that we get carried away in the beauty of the technology, the beauty of the knowledge, the beauty of the whatever it is, that we forget to show the possibilities in reality. We forget to show how this thing becomes money in their pocket. We forget to show how this is a pathway to freedom. We forget to bring it down to their level, keyword. So it's not about saying, oh, I have done this. You can get sensors, you can get this, you can get that, like it is done in Europe, like it is done in Asia. And the person is listening, wondering, but I am not in all of those places. How do I get it done here? How do I benefit from this knowledge here? How do I monetize this thing here and now? Then, in addition to this, we must be intentional about looking for low-hanging fruits. Low-hanging fruit. Now, you would notice that in the typical formal sector training, what they do is they have this periodical test where they have tests maybe every Friday, every month, not the main exam. Why do they bring in a lot of tests? Yes, the obvious answer seems to be for them to see whether or not these people are catching on, if they are following. But you see, much more than that, these are low-hanging fruit for the trainees to see, to engage with what they are being taught. So they are able to know early, oh, did I really get this thing? Oh, do I need to bring in more seriousness? Is my seriousness level okay? Do I need to reduce the commitment? What more do I need to do? Why? Because they have small tests along the way. So for an informal sector training, we need to start looking at what are the low-hanging fruits that the trainees can use to give themselves a pat on their back, so that they are able to say, oh, this is it. Now, having said this, now you will notice a lot of things I talked about are just around the trainees, not about what you are bringing. What are some of the challenges I faced? Number one was curating a curriculum that matched reality. As easy as that sounds, I mean, what I was going to be teaching was soilless farming, agribusiness, and all. That seems simple and straightforward. But the bigger question or bigger issue was, how do I have a curriculum, that speaks to people? How do I develop a curriculum that people can see and actually relate with? How can I have a curriculum that when I tell people to come for training and they agree to be part of the training, they are actually able to benefit from it? That was number one hurdle, developing a curriculum that fits reality, not a curriculum that matches my whether is the guy intelligent, is the guy brilliant. No, much more than that, a curriculum that matched reality. So it was not a one-off development. Let me say that it was something that we kept reevaluating. After every training, people would come, oh, I loved this, how I wish you had added this, oh, this was beautiful, how we wish you put this. The more we heard those feedback, the more we knew, okay, let's add this, let's remove this, this is what people are interested in, this is what people are not interested in. It was an ongoing conversation. It was an ongoing discovery. So it was not a thing of we discovered it immediately. So that was a major challenge. Number two was being intentional about developing low-hanging fruits. I said that earlier. Because it was hard teaching people about soilless farming when at the point that I started, soilless farming was expensive to start. The greenhouses were imported, hydroponics materials were imported. This was really expensive. I had to be intentional about applying the ABCD principle, asset-based community development, meaning I had to start looking at my community and looking at what are the things that are available that we can use locally to actually set up these greenhouses, that we can use as a leverage to set up hydroponic systems and all of that. So it was really important, and this was not easy because it meant understanding the different environments that people were coming from and finding ways to ensure that their environments were used as examples in the training so that their eyes could open up to possibilities. Their eyes could open up to opportunities. Then, yeah, these are just a few of my thoughts. I don't want it to be long. Thank you so much.